Humility is the most virtuous virtue. Why? Humility comes full circle back to pure consciousness. Humility comes full circle back to pure awareness. What you find in true presence is humility, is oneness, is understanding that this is all synchronized. Humility eradicates pride. And the eradication of pride is the eradication of insecurity, because pride is synonymous with insecurity. If we look at Mike Tyson, if we look at any great conqueror, their greatness was created from their insecurity. Their pride, what gave them the mindset to believe that they needed it over others, was driven from insecurity. Simply put, pride is claiming what you can never. God, you're trying to claim what you saw, what you saw this organism do. It's not you. That's nature. Humility knows this. Humility knows its source as pure consciousness. Humility knows there is only oneness. And therefore, humility is your source of peace. Because it eradicates pride, it eradicates insecurity and sustains peace. With humility, you do not care what. Think of it like this. You don't care of the agendas. Think of it, you go to the grocery store and you know martial arts. Why is this important? Because when you know how to defend yourself, when you know that nothing's gonna take you down, if you need something there, you're gonna be able to back yourself up. Then that is allowing for more humility, because there's something there that knows, in a way, with layman's terms, there's some power physically. That really, when you practice martial arts, you don't want to fucking fight anymore. This little stage is like, oh man, I just got my ass beat. I just started my boxing journey. Now I'm in Muay Thai. Now I hope someone messes with me now. You get better and you get better and you get better, and it's like, oh my god, I don't want anyone to mess with me. I don't want to hurt anyone. Like, it's just, no, you don't want that. So we'll say you know Muay Thai or something. I know Muay Thai, that's why I'm saying that. You can see your subtle motives within your own being with humility. You're not trying to hide from anything. So, and then it's like, there's already a basis for humility. That gives you humility. But you see a person walking around like this or something, like on purpose, like you can sense their energy. Now, humility allows you to be at true peace and to see through that, to see it. But to see through that and to transcend it via understanding is to transcend from ignorant to aware on the frequential scale of duality, which is this universe. It is ignorant and aware. That is simply it. True source, nature, understanding, oneness, and then the illusion of separation. Ignorance and awareness. This is it. This is simply it. That is it. You see someone like walking like that, it doesn't affect you. You see it, and you see it for what it is, and it doesn't bother you. You move on. You're not trying to like puff up your chest too, because that would come from an insecurity, a subtle insecurity. How do you? Because you start with insecurities. You gotta remember humility. So, what do you do with these subtle insecurities? Well, can I be honest with you? I'm gonna be honest with you because ignorance and awareness. We're high frequency, which means we align with awareness. So, where are you giving your energy away? Where are you giving your energy away? Where are you trying to find stillness outside of stillness? That's it. Is it a little journey? It's like a little... Yeah, but like, that's it. Just ignorance and awareness. The simple creates the complex. Okay? The ultimate form of sophistication is simplicity. So it's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm giving my energy away doing this. We'll say you're beaten off. That's a big one. That's the second strongest human instinct is the sexual instinct. Aside from self-preservation. So it's like, it's going to be like at first, it's going to be like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing this. But I said I wouldn't be doing this, but I know something goes beyond words of like, this is going to happen. There's no stop it. You need to be ignorant. Awareness comes from ignorance. If we were just our pure self, true nature, oneness, we would cease to exist. It'd be like we're dead. Because like we come here for this limited experience. Yeah, so nothing to fear with death. It's a roller coaster of awareness. It's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm doing it. Oh, but I'm still doing it. I'm like, I'm in this cycle of ignorance. What do you do during that? What helps awareness? Just the simple fact that you're like, oh yeah, I shouldn't be doing that, but I'm still doing it anyway. But I shouldn't be doing that. That wins every time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Bam. The light disperses the darkness every time. Every time. With awareness, with consciousness, with aligning with truth, with being truth, with knowing truth, any ignorance is dissolved with awareness. It is life, existence, and third dimensional reality is governed by the frequential scale of ignorance and awareness. 0, wholeness, and then 1. 0 condensed into something. 0 and 1 govern this. So it turns out to be truth and then the illusion of lies. There needs to be something real that creates the illusion. There needs to be a truth within the lie. So therefore, the truth is oneness, awareness, love, oneness, wholeness, contentment. You can have that within the physical reality, and then you're fucking ultimately chilling. You need to understand why you're giving your power away, though. Listen now. Listen. It's because of validation. It's because of pride, which stems insecurity. And every level of subtlety between ignorance and awareness. 0 and 1. Up and down. Ignorance and awareness. Every level of subtlety exists. So there's dense, then there's subtle, and then there's more subtle. It gets more and more subtle the more awareness. More awareness, the more subtle. You are doing things that drain your energy, that you know drain your energy because of a deep lack of validation you feel, or a deep insecurity. Energetic insecurity. It doesn't have to be a certain thing, could be a certain thing. Energetic insecurity. From collective mentality. And see, you got to take on collective karma to incarnate here. That's the deal. So recognize that it's not you. It's not anyone. It's nature. It's nature playing out as nature. Be humble. Don't expect. Because an expectation is ruin. That's why the system is the way it is. It's trying to keep you trapped and oppressed. But to keep you from peace, the base baby, we'll use a baby as symbolization of pure consciousness. The homeostasis of pure consciousness is affected, and then that creates the identity, that creates the frequency that it's on between the spectrums of ignorance and awareness. Okay. You got to remember how vast ignorance and awareness is, how vast that is, because it's going to bring it down into from conceptuality to actual patterning it onto reality, because it's ignorance and awareness, awareness and ignorance. Okay. There's like a subtle, energetic insecurity in like the emotional body, the nervous system. Okay, like your mind is good, but like nervous system, the nervous system and the emotional body. So, what do? How do you heal your nervous system? Food, the right food, semen retention. You retain that's your life force energy that creates life. You merge the one and the zero, you create non-duality, you create pure consciousness, you create oneness, you create existence. See, I can say from experience, having a high frequency, being in tune with awareness, being in tune with awareness, oneness. It takes you out of this. And it can feel isolating because mainstream collective consciousness thinks they're their name, and that's okay, that's nature. It actually does get isolating. But this is one crucial thing. You and God are majority. You need to understand this oneness, and understand this is a play, and understand this time period is easy to wake up in because of the exact reason. Because it's in an ignorant state in evolutionary journey. This is a blip. This is a blip. This doesn't even exist. Doesn't even exist. That's where fear comes in. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta do that before I die. No. You are consciousness. Chose to do this. Consciousness amalgamated this on purpose. There are no mistakes. You must do anything. But to be aware is to be humble and to be chill. These all just go together. It's not an act of trying. The only thing you should be doing is just paying attention. There's no should. Forget should. Dissolve the identity. Dissolve the mind. Be aware. Allow yourself to be aware. You're always aware. Allow it to get more and more and more and more and more and more subtle and less and less and less and less and less dense. Know where you belong. Read frequency. Is everyone in an ignorant frequency when you're going to school or going to work or whatever? Okay. Or going to your boxing classes or going to your yoga classes? These ignorance is everywhere. So is an awareness. For a high frequency to even exist is to subtly pull and have a positive on a number line positive effect on a low frequency. Whether that be the low frequency is stagnant and then the high frequency comes in and the low frequency goes up a notch and becomes meaner and becomes more, it takes more action to be more mean, so be it. On the level of frequential scale, it has gone up a notch and therefore a positive effect. Your existence is the biggest contribution you can give. Your level of consciousness is the highest contribution you have. It's all you have to give. You have to give nothing. You're one. To even put this out there is to help. But it's not to help. It's to eradicate illusion. It's to eradicate mind, eradicate illusion, become one with source, one with nature. I'm doing this instead of doing nothing. I'm doing a you could say it's productive. It is, everything is productive. This is productive towards awareness. It's solidifying this in my emotional body. Know that everyone is going through it. You, in fact, might be on a higher level in the frequential scale of ignorance and awareness. There's no higher. Within this illusion, there must be duality. To see everyone else, their motives, their emotions. Because at that point, it's not you, it is what your body has learned. You simply must need to unlearn what your body has learned via experience, via having a nice mindset, via being with nice people, by being nice to people, you create your reality. By the lack of need comes abundance. This is paradoxical. This was made paradoxically on purpose, because the paradoxical principle is truth and a lie. This is existence. True existence. To come out of this emotional body, to align it with truth and awareness, is to disalign it with fear and illusion. If I do something crazy with this knife, which again, this is something that simply is, and then the concepts, the names, and then what it looks like comes up, but from stillness, from initiality, from now, it is. Nothing exists. Nothing exists. Both. If I did something wild with this knife, the nervous system of the organism would respond, because all fear comes from the fear of death, because that's how this is programmed. Understand your consciousness. So then, pain response. What is pain? Simply the nervous system telling the brain, coded to tell the brain, hey, this could possibly kill us. We need to have this certain sensation and emotion and chemical reaction happen so that the organism understands to stay away from it within its conceptual reality. But if you sit with pain, existential pain, emotional pain, or even physical pain, it dissolves into oneness. Maybe the pain doesn't cease, but oneness occurs with the pain. All emotions, everything is eternal. It is though you get glimpses and dribs and drabs within this here reality to get the idea of something going on. If I'm sitting here and there's no thorn poking me in the side, I'm going to sit here forever. If there's a thorn poking me in the side, oh, now there's something going on now. I have to get up. This is duality. This is why contradiction and duality are necessary for experience. Hence 1 and 0. Hence ignorance and awareness. Be true to yourself. Forget what others think, because they are capped out at an ignorant frequency. So that ignorance becomes insecurity and then is projected onto you with pride. Forget that. Remember, you're whole. See how, great it is? Still, the emotional body is aligning more and more. What's interesting is all contradiction, all duality is necessary. I live with an extremely mentally and emotionally abusive mother who is 100% narcissistic, 100% delusions of grandeur, 100% probably bipolar, and I don't care. This duality has allowed me to transcend so much fear that all you could say is left is the cellular tissue and DNA of recorded experience within the nervous system and emotional body that only requires me to be in a high frequency of mind so that then experience can then show the body and the nervous system and the cellular tissue, the DNA, that it is in fact chilling. It starts in the mind. The body is the thing that got projected on, and it remembers the projection. So allow the mind to project out positivity to then attract positivity. Not positivity, awareness. Positivity, love, light, all this is synonymous with awareness, is a remembrance of our true nature. And awareness comes back to knowing our true nature. This is simple. Simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. Catch yourself doing, feeding any desire. Just at least catch yourself. At least be aware of while you're doing it. That's just gets you up the ladder of awareness. Out of ignorance. But if you go and make a video, or you go and outside, coming back, you're not trying to subconsciously, unconsciously escape your internal space. Subconsciously, unconsciously gain peace, stillness, and validation from something you can never outside of you. It comes from within. Things push you away from your internal state on purpose. Allow your internal state to to be understood as your source of peace, because that's what it is. Don't allow insecurity, pride, guilt, shame, or fear to affect you, because these are lower on the frequential scale of ignorance and awareness, truth and lie. Be still. Feel like what it feels to be still. Allow that to happen. I'll be uncomfortable until you're comfortable. But don't force it. Do it with awareness. As above, so below. It starts in the incomprehensible. Keep your attention on God. Keep your awareness on God. Keep your awareness on awareness. Be aware. And a great shift will occur. Will be. Pride is the ultimate sin, for it claims what it could never claim from a space of insecurity. All fear is illusory and can be dissolved and eradicated with awareness. Now, I leave the envious to their cesspit, and I offer a hand. Take my hand. Leave debauchery. Come back to your awareness. Take my hand. Let go of fear. Let go of pompous games of the mind. Let go of your concepts and take my hand. Let go of insecurity. Let go of your fear. Let go of the fear of being vulnerable and take my hand towards awareness. It has only begun. For once you are aware, it gets easier and easier as the spiral upwards commences back to truth. We come from one. Notice all subtlety. Someone might even call me high. You know, I walk around. When I was going to school, I would walk around and people would come up and ask me if I'm high. No. See, a subtle thing came up. Oh, I'm him. That's subtle. You see it in your mind, and you see it, and it dissolves with awareness. That's all you must do. Don't need to say it. It's funny. It's good for this to be out, to be part of the video. But simple awareness dissolves it. Simple. See through fear. And as it is fully illusory. Truly illusory. Fully. Worry not of desire, for what is for you will come. You know the debauchery that gets you to this level of awareness? Do you really know the fucking debauchery that gets you here? Because awareness requires ignorance. I want you to understand, I'm not just some Jerry. The level of debauchery that has got here to this point of awareness is proof that the frequential scale is ignorance and awareness. Ignorance of your true nature and awareness of your true nature? What is your highest nature? All forgiving. What is God's highest nature? All forgiving. Why? Because there's only one. There is only our love. Authenticity or fear? You find out that any fear came from the oppression of your authenticity. Look at the 3 chakras. You need to be safe. You need to be safe around your community. You need to be taken care of. You need to be within inner peace. Have all of your desires balanced. You need to have a good self-standing. Truly, before you can truly start to live from the heart. Where you can truly start to live from the heart, start to speak truth, and start to believe love. And also have crazy awareness. You have to have the first 3 chakras. Why? Because ignorance and awareness, it's a spectrum of frequency necessary for experience, as contradiction is necessary for experience. Necessary. Contradiction cannot stop existing until it has completed its cycle. And the contradiction will rear its head more and more, closer and closer it gets to the eradication of its cycle. Think capitalism. Think of what the fuck we are in right now. Is it a blip? Or is there only consciousness? Breathe in the air from the outside. Forget your parents who are maybe negative towards you. Forget any negative influence and see through their ignorance with your awareness. Transcend their level through understanding. God, help me understand rather than to be understood. Help me love rather than to be loved. Because you love me. I love me. There is only but love. This time period is here for consciousness to show its truth. To show the power of awareness over ignorance. This is why we're here. I say this at 3333. This is all synchronized. Everything is synchronized beyond time. It's just no concepts can get to the truth. There must be awareness. There must be truth. There must be debauchery for virtue and ignorance for awareness. Recognize that I'm in a stage of ignorance. I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it. Just simple awareness gets you so far. It is always here. It is always now. Forget tomorrow or yesterday or 1 second from now. Be now. All of these concepts are all right now. There's never not right now. There's only consciousness. This is a dream. Why do I have his picture? It's a book, but it's still his picture. Why do they have pictures of their masters? Because they're high frequency organisms that channel the truth of light. Lahiri Mahasaya needed to dull his frequency to be able to be captured on film. Think of the contradictions and how you can see through them. A spiritual awakening is a political one. Shine the light. Shine the light. And this is where humility comes back. Don't get to a high frequency of awareness and start to think everyone's an idiot. And if you do, when you do, recognize it as a stage. Recognize it as the stage it is. God put us here. This means he'll bring us out of it. Who is God? All that is. What does fucking all that is mean? Don't overthink it. With humility, with the eradication of true expectation, comes awareness and comes the ability to be now and be in your height of your being, which brings much more than what you ever possibly could have fathomed to expect. You must let go of expectation. You must be in ignorance to be aware, to see and to know what to transcend. You must know what to transcend. You must be within what you wish to transcend, because awareness comes from ignorance in this existence. And you start to love life. You genuinely start to love life. You slowly start to realize, oh, it's just my nervous system. It's just this organism with this body, with this mind. And you become free. Truly. Truly. Care not. You care not. But for... You care not. When you care not, the homeostasis comes back to pure consciousness, which aligns with love. You just say that. What do you do when you're loving? You're humble, you're virtuous. What do you do when you're ignorant? We're aware around here. You are too.